Oh, I don't have a cold open.
What do you mean? We're live. We're currently live.
I didn't even think of a cold open.
This is now the cold open.
Oh, God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello. Hi, thank you for having us here today. Danny, I want to say, personally, I'm so happy to be here with the Lord of Pizza, ruler of all things cheesy and bread.
Thank you.
Yourself.
Thank you very much.
So how is the pizza surplus going in your household currently?
Listen, we're chipping away at it for sure. Has there been a dent made? Absolutely not.
No, I'm assuming
anything,
you froze some, hopefully.
All frozen.
Okay, good.
100% frozen.
So your entire freezer is pizza.
Yeah, 100%. We are a pizzeria at my apartment right now.
I love that. It's very Italian of you. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, that's a little lead in. Danny and me were watching WrestleMania this last Friday with his lovely mother. I got to meet Danny's mom, just a top tier woman.
Yeah, thank you.
Great lady.
Yeah, real S tier gal.
Really. And I was hanging out with her and I was like, I can see how we got Danny. I was like, she's cool. Danny's cool. I see how this happened. She's just nice. She was cheery. She reminded me of myself, which is why I liked her. People who remind me of me, big fans.
Yeah.
And so we're watching WrestleMania. Logan Paul's just arguably great wrestler.
Doing real well.
And we're all sitting there, we're like, kind of hungry right now. And everyone's like, yeah, we can get some pizza. And Danny's like, I know this hole in the wall joint down the street.
If you leave out a single detail, I'm going to leap over this desk and strangle you.
He's like, there's this small little, this mom and pop shop. It's called
Mamas and Papas.
Mamas and Papas, something like that.
Yeah.
And Danny's like, all right, I'm going to order us some pizzas. And I was like, all right, there's 5 people there.
Yeah.
This is majorly important. It's me, Danny, Daniel's mother, Daniel's uncle, and one of Daniel's roommates.
Right.
So 5 people. If you're ordering pizza for 5 people, how much pizza do you order? Stop now. Answer in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious. Me, 2 large pizzas.
That's so interesting because that's not the question that was posed on the table.
So Danny,
at the time,
Danny's scrolling through all the sizes. Danny's like, "Oh, we'll get 3 large pizzas." I'm like, that's fine.
I go,
It's a good amount of pizza.
How big is a 25-inch pizza? 24-inch pizza. Because that was their smallest size.
At which point I went,
you went that. Incorrect.
That's about 24 inches.
But that is still way smaller than what I ended up getting.
If you drew that is smaller than we ended up getting. Because
that's so clue 1 right there.
No.
Nick goes like this. And I'm like, that's not a bad size. We have 5 people. I eat like a full medium pizza on my own from Domino's.
Not so bad, but here's the thing. It's important to know, and I'll be real, I did not offer this information to Daniel at the time. Your average large pizza, let's just guess the size.
I don't know.
14 inches.
That's why I asked.
14 to 16 inches.
I was like, how big is 24 inches?
Who knows?
Not me. Not you at the time. You go, well, a foot's like this big, so probably this big.
Yep.
And so I go, okay, how's 3 of those sound? Gauge the room.
Yep.
Deafening silence.
Everyone's just like, no.
A whirlwind of silence.
I said, that's probably a lot of pizza. I said that's probably a lot of pizza, and you were like, you know what? We're doing it anyways.
Not true.
Danny is vindicating himself a little bit here, but listen, while he wasn't offered as much support in the way of people being like,
don't do that.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing. You had chances. So Daniel's like, all right, what flavors do we want? We get cheese, we get pepperoni. And I'm like, I like barbecue chicken. And Danny's like,
and I said, they got chicken.
They have chicken. Not barbecue chicken, not buffalo chicken, just strips of chicken breast.
Chicken pizza.
On pizza, which is horrendous. And so Danny goes to check out. Danny's like, all right, time to check out. Danny's buying this online, mind you. And Danny goes, the price is $150. Tells no one that the pizza is $150.
Yeah.
And we get to the pizzeria. The guy's like, wait a second, you got a lot of pizza. We're like, did we? Did we get a lot of pizza? Me and Danny are sitting there watching basketball highlights, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we realized, walking in, they have all the boxes. And they have, Danny goes, the smallest pizza they have while ordering online, 24 inches. And I was like,
while ordering online, that was the case.
Yeah. And we walk in 8-inch, 12-inch, all your standard sizes.
Yeah.
But they also have a 56-inch pizza, which I shit you not, is roughly the size of this table. It would if you made this U desk into a O desk,
pizza.
It would be a pizza. And so to put that into to give you context, that means that the pizzas that Danny got were roughly a fourth of this death if it was a circle.
I like that we're like power scaling pizzas right now.
We are.
In the Mama and Papa's universe.
Of the pizza I've seen from these pizzas, 24-inch scales way above 56.
With the big pizza, there was a deal. If you and 7 people finish it in an hour.
Does you and make 7 people mean 8 people?
You and 6 people, I assume.
I think it said you and 7 friends.
Maybe then 8 people. Maybe
people.
You can come. Maybe I fucking liar's dice them. And I'm like, I brought 7.
Terminology, bitch.
Yeah. Then you make $1,000.
If you eat it in 2 hours.
If you eat it in 2 hours, that's so much time. We assemble the right team, done.
I have $1,000 friends.
Easy.
I have like 6'10". One of them is diabetic, so like he may not pull his weight, but
bad
but like
player.
I mean, he'll just like have like a gallon of insulin sitting next to him.
What's 1,000 divided by 8 though? Because now I think about it, it's not
like 120, $105.
Yeah, maybe that's not worth it. That's the price of 3 pizzas.
I mean, that's well. So yeah. So Danny, we get there, and this guy pulls out. The pizza was what? This for those of you like
the size of your torso and head.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like waist up, you could hide behind it and use it as cover.
If it was bulletproof, it would be a riot shield. So like it was, and we got 3 of them. I shit you not, it was 35 pounds of pizza. Yeah. Thank God we drove. We couldn't fit the pizzas and me into the car.
It was huge. You know what the most embarrassing thing is? I lied about the price.
How much was it?
Because Nick's holding this, and I was like, I probably should have known when it was like
$150.
And then Nick goes, he says that exactly, just like that. And I was like, oh, yeesh, I'm glad I didn't tell him how much it actually cost.
How much did it cost?
It was $186.
$180? And no alarms went off in your head. Like, that's an egregious amount.
I don't know how much you spend on pizza for 5 people. I just don't know. My mommy does that. I don't buy the pizza.
It's so clear you've just never hosted anyone ever.
I don't do
like,
that.
How much for 5 people to eat? $200? Yeah.
Nick's always bitching like you're gatekeeping your roommates from me. You never invite me over. Yeah. I don't invite anybody over. I don't know how. I don't know how to do that, Nick.
This is like I need you to leave.
Also, Mom, sorry, you're also just now finding out how much
it was because we did use, or he used his mother's credit card, which ended up being $186. So
I apologize.
And people, when I told this video on TikTok, people were like, toppings? And I was like, no. Chicken.
But think about it.
Not
24 inches worth of chicken. That's a full chicken.
Loosely 3 or 4 pounds of chicken.
Yeah, we had a full 2 or 3 chicken on a pizza. No wonder
they don't do complicated toppings. Imagine you did like onions and banana peppers.
Yeah.
They did like 6 onions. So we ate, like all of us have been snacking all day long.
I wasn't hungry to begin with.
Wasn't hungry at all.
Yeah.
And Danny,
there's one match left in WrestleMania.
We're like, WrestleMania's got 2 or 3 more hours. Yeah. We sit down, WrestleMania's over.
Finished.
Yeah.
No one's hungry. Event's over.
35 pounds of pizza.
Eats like 2 slices and leaves without taking any home.
My dog
takes none
was
home.
There. It was 8:30. My dog usually eats at 6. All he'd eaten was pizza crust.
You take none with you. Despite you being at fault for this folly. Everyone shares blame in this.
There's no way you can toss blame on everyone when you saw 100%. A bill for 186.
100%.
Listen, we're just gonna immerse you. I'm gonna have you throw like a roaring 20s party.
I couldn't.
And you have to manage the cost.
That'd be horrible.
You're like Michael Scott in The Office being like, how much does it take to get 12 people drunk? And it's like 12 handles. You're like, surely that's how much people drink.
I simply wouldn't know.
It's absolutely insane.
I have no idea.
So I am like I eat the same thing every day. I have the same breakfast every day. I have soup for lunch every day. I cook HelloFresh for dinner.
I made it even easier for you. Now it could just be pizza. This was a full week ago. I still have plenty I can give you.
But the thing is, you live with 4 men. 4 men live in that household. There's no way you will not consume that pizza at a higher rate than me. I would have 2 slices a week.
That's fine.
I don't have space in my freezer. You just need
to contribute to the cause. I don't need you to win the war. I just need you to help the war front.
My freezer is filled with things that Dorothy liked for a week and are now decaying. Like, it's just like Dorothy went through a phase where she liked a certain kind of Chinese bun, and now we have 6 dozen in the freezer.
I went through that exact same thing, except I was ordering from a Chinese place, and I was like, oh, I want a meat bun. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. Didn't realize it's like a dessert and kind of way too sweet and gross. Ordered 4. Didn't even finish the first one.
My God, You hurt me. Meat buns are like my favorite food on earth.
Too sweet.
So moving on, I'm Nicholas Connor, NC Hammer 23, and I am joined by the Pizza King himself.
And I'm bad with money.
Yes.
You can find me on all my social medias as bad with money.
Don't give him more. Don't look, imagine.
Give me more. I'm running out. I have too much pizza.
Speaking,
I'll sell pizza.
Well, speaking of money, actually, I was sending Daniel because I hit 420,069 followers a couple days ago. Thought it was very funny. I sent Danny. I took a picture. I was like, haha, funny number. Forgot that under the amount of followers you have is estimated revenue for the month. And Danny was like, that is too much money. I would buy a amusement park with that amount of money. We realized at my current earnings, which are significant, mind you, it would take me 27 years to save up for a theme park, which feels like bullshit. That's too much. And that's probably the lower end of a theme park.
Yeah.
That's the annoying
that was
bit.
the lower end. But you can buy a fare.
So that's what we decided.
If you buy a theme park, we'll wrap this cold open up so fast.
Well, the cold open's wrapped.
We'll wrap this topic up fast.
Well, no, because this is anime related.
Oh, is it?
I want to jump into this. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you buy a theme park, that pays for itself in a few years. For sure. Theme parks are so expensive.
Well, I feel like the more expensive a theme park is, the better the location, which means it's going to take longer. I don't think a theme park is wrapping itself up monetarily in 6 years.
If you are like the CEO of a theme park, you are like retiring at age 14.
It's me, Mr. Roller Coasters. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's me, Jonathan M. Coaster.
So we found out that we can afford a fare.
Yeah. You can afford a fare.
I can afford a fare.
I super cannot.
So now that I can afford a fare, me and Danny were spitballing and we're like, well, how's our fare going to be different? Are we going to have more bearded ladies? Are we going to have more clowns? Are we going to have more donkeys? You know, like
we're checking all the demographics. Exactly. We're like, what are they missing? Donkeys? I haven't seen a donkey in years.
I haven't seen a donkey in ever. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I've
You haven't seen a good burro? A burro?
Is that how you say it in Spanish?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
A burro.
You have like
Boruto?
Are you literally like genetically is it impossible for you to roll an R?
I'm doing it. Radioactive radio.
Why would you go like
that?
Yes, the well-known European and/or Hispanic band Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're like, okay, our fare, we'll make it an anime fare.
Yeah.
But we're like, how would you make a fare anime?
What were our names? We had good names.
Well, so we were trying to do.
Oh, we make it an isekai.
Well, so
that's how you do it.
That was the theme.
Yeah.
A fair that's like throws you into anime world. So it's kind of like a RenCon. A Ren fair. It's not a Renaissance convention. That'd be weird. But for like anime. Yeah. So like, what do you do? Is it like kunai throwing like competitions?
That'd be hype.
We have like try not to fall in love with your cousin corner.
Yeah.
You know, there's that. There is.
We'd have a maid cafe for sure.
We'd have a maid cafe. 100%. Honestly, there'd be a get hit by a bus simulator.
Okay. Does that happen frequently?
So I think the entrance of the fair, you have to get hit by a bus.
Okay. So you have a big archway.
Yeah.
And you walk through, and what you can't see behind
is a big in a bus costume.
A big padded bus. Yeah. That just sweeps you away.
Yeah, it just knocks your shit out.
It's like, and the only hint we give is that behind the archway, there's like a crosswalk.
Yeah.
You're walking through a crosswalk.
There's like a girl to be like, help! And you're going to help. And just,
and the light's always red. It like flickers green.
She's like, okay, I can go. Smack. See,
that's how you get in.
Incredible. Off the gate. But like, what? So we called it IRL Isekai or a couple of other things. I forgot. You had some fair.
I had some good names.
You had some fair, like, you did your Daniel Motta thing.
Yeah, I was doing some puns.
We do Naruto race competitions. We need rides.
Naruto race competition's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Doing the arms.
So you know how they have fair games usually, right? And you shoot the target, and it raises it up, and like eventually you get a plushie.
Right.
We'd want that, but like fair games would make it anime. So like one of them would be like, instead of trying to throw a ball into a bucket, that one's actually, you can do backspin, but it's like mostly impossible. It's like kunai throwing. There's like Japanese archery. We get
Japanese archery?
Oh, they have the big bows. They're like the bows, their bows
like a long bow.
Yeah, their bows are like 6 foot long.
Right.
That sounds dangerous for like having at a fair.
That sounds incredible. All these sound dangerous.
That being said, they have BB guns at fairs.
I suppose.
Right?
I wonder what the statistic is of
like people
going rogue.
Yeah.
People being like, you fool.
Yeah. People just like aim it at the guy doing it. Be like, pick up the BBs, like, fucking give me the plushie. Like, I don't know why I've never thought of that.
I wonder if anyone's ever just like give him the gun and it's like, all right, all the money in the
Yeah,
register.
just
Like, yeah,
wanna
give
be-
me my money.
You want to be
back.
filled with BBs? Like,
Yeah, I should be like, fair. That's like a cheat code. That's not a robbery. That's just you won the game.
It's built into the rules.
Yeah. Fuck, we can't both take a sip of water on a patio.
Yeah, I know. So that is kind of the ending of our cold opening. So we can actually talk about some of the things that you guys want to hear us talking about. But me and Danny are also in the process of making a merch store.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Danny are, so I guess this is like a plug and also like a what have Danny and Nick been up into recently.
Yeah.
Me and Danny have decided stickers. That's kind of what we got to do is like we're going like big sticker packs here. And our big thing is currently that we want what?
The time I got reincarnivalated as a slime.
That
That's
is
what
pretty
it was.
good.
I
I don't know
found
if just reincarnivalated.
I like reincarnivalated.
But doesn't that imply that we're a carnival, not a fair?
This one, what's the difference?
Between a carnival and a fair?
Yeah.
One
the
has a
thing you described was a carnival.
no. I described the fair.
I think they're the
Carnival
same.
is a tent. It's got clowns. You all sit. You watch the elephants.
Well, then you were real on my side because one of your suggestions was, Senpai, please pitch my tent.
It's funny though.
You also had Twinks and Twinkies.
Twinks and
which is
Twinkies is
narrow.
funny. Yeah, it is. Like I feel like there'd be like kind of like a like
People
would be
just think it's
confused.
like a gay bar.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh my god, it's
like-
Fire Island. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, I guess. Like we are very supportive here. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
hang out, do your thing. But
yeah, here, take this longbow and don't rob us.
Yeah.
Like-
Then it's like, yeah, like where are the Twinks? Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm sorry that I misled you. So
Yeah.
we're making a merch store. Me and Danny have decided that we are gonna like get drawn as iconic chibi duos.
Okay,
So
right.
like Ed and Alphonse. And then we're gonna
We
do
didn't decide this.
well,
this is
you
part
were
of the conversation.
Yeah, you
I
were
missed.
with he was with his
Then
mother.
don't say it. Don't say we've decided.
We sat down. So I'm gonna be Ed. You're gonna be Alphonse.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know how we're
What
gonna.
do I look like as Alphonse if not just a big suit of armor?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I
Maybe-
mean, so it's just you and Alphonse.
You know how Alphonse has the little rooster? You know
Okay.
how- but it's
I'm
like
the
Alphonse,
rooster?
No, but it's Alphonse with pushed back like brown hair.
Oh, nice.
And Alphonse is like walking like with one hand flowing
that.
through it.
It's can I be Alphonse but with just like hairy ass forearms?
So
okay,
we're
just a
getting there.
fuzzy Alphonse.
One of the other stickers is going to be you as the Beast
Yeah,
Titan.
Beast Titan, I saw that.
And then we have Nick, Man of the People, where I'm like dressed up as a king and
Yeah.
you're my throne.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
Excited for that one. Mikasa, I think we're going to do Mikasa and Aaron.
Okay.
We're going to do Naruto and Sasuke. I'm going to be Sasuke.
Right.
Even though you more fit the Sasuke aesthetic.
Why do I fit the Sasuke style?
I don't know. I think it's the hair. I think it's pushback
I feel
hair.
like it's probably the hair.
I feel like because there's this guy on TikTok who like thinks he's Sasuke. Have you ever seen this guy?
No,
he
that's
goes
hype.
live. He goes live and he's just like Chidori.
That's so good.
It's awesome. It's just like TikTok live reminds me that like I could be worse.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
I feel
like,
you.
I've had a good shakeout.
Yeah,
Like-
I could be just like peeling shells off of a fucking like jellified egg.
And at the same time,
Yeah.
first off, how the fuck do they get the eggs like
I
that?
don't know.
Like, is it like
I think it's like a I don't know frozen quail egg or something.
okay?
Like, I don't
it's not
know.
like a boiled process.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
because
don't
like,
know though.
I'm just happy that's not my brand.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the guy who like sits there and watches for like 2 hours being like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's gotta be sexual, right?
for sure.
You just, oh yeah, pick that egg.
It's hot. It's for sure hot.
I don't know if I get
Pick
that.
that
Pick
egg.
that egg, baby.
gross.
I have traditional likes and wants, but picking eggs and then like the people who like yell while scooping rocks out of the sand
on when she
thing.
yolks.
Oh,
Sorry, I was late on that joke. You moved on.
oh God, I don't eat eggs, and I think that
I
reconfirmed
love
it for me.
eggs.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're making an anime fair. We don't know the name. We're also making merch. So if you want merch, tell us in the comments what you
Yeah,
guys
let us
want to
know
see.
what characters you want us to just slap hairy forearms on.
Making that the whole thing would also be very, very funny.
I'd really like that.
So to get into anime, Buddy Daddies ended.
Yeah.
Devastating. Oh, incredibly happy, sort of, if as long as you're not one person, but like very, very happy. Can I like, it's not a spoiler,
Okay.
but it's kind of a spoiler.
Okay.
Miri grew up and it was so fucking cute.
Whoa, that's
It
crazy.
was so cute. Like the last scene is
Is
like,
it like a genuine time skip?
no, like it's like the show's over. The manga's over. Like it's,
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
12 episodes in and out.
Whoa, wow.
Kind of devastating, honestly. I
That's
would want
crazy.
more. But
That you were talking a few episodes ago. You were like, man, like, I don't remember the last time a show ended
Yeah.
with Mob Psycho.
that's a
Remember?
Yeah, you're
So
right.
How does this feel?
I like I'm obviously not as invested in it as I was into
Right.
Mob Psycho.
Right.
Like I like obviously Mob had been running for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I loved Mob.
Mm.
I like shows have ended. Like I've watched 12 anime, like episode but I think this is the first show I've checked in for seasonally that ended after 12 episodes. Like
That's insane.
Vivi was 20. Promised Neverland has 2 seasons.
Promised Neverland committed suicide after 12 episodes.
Yeah, it did technically, in my eyes, end after 12 episodes. Yeah, so like this is like I feel like the first seasonal anime I've checked in and just been done after 12.
Wonder Egg Priority? That's ambiguous, but
it needs season 2. I think the manga still goes. It just
I didn't even know it was a manga. That's interesting. I thought it was an original anime.
Is it an original anime?
Slowly look it up.
I think it was supposed to get season 2 and people have been waiting for it, but I think it's not happening at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Miri grows up. You see her in high school. It's really cute. So like obviously like cried like a little baby. Been very emotional this week.
Mm-hmm.
If I could be so vulnerable for the moment, Danny's kind of been on the receiving end of like rage recently, and it's mostly
you have been so hormonal.
Shit! Did you bring your boots?
My boots?
Your
no,
boots?
I didn't.
God damn it!
No, I didn't.
We need to do that afterwards.
I know we do have to.
So last week, as all of you know, we did the Guess an Anime. And Nick won 15-7.
Didn't win.
But
look at the footage. Ask the poll. Ask the comments.
Yeah.
Ask literally anybody who isn't Nick.
I do love that everyone's on your side. It makes me happy that everyone is on your side.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who like make decisions based on fact and science.
Exactly. Like people who believe in the scientific process.
I can't believe that I like my whole like shtick about me being a con artist was a bit like 6 episodes ago.
But now
that has been solidified over the Beyblade episode, over me conning you out of this win.
It makes me seem like just like a simple dullard.
You're a real sucker.
I'm like, oh yeah, Daddy, I trust you. Oh yeah, we can, of course. Well, double or nothing. Sure, why not? Which I didn't agree to. Didn't mind. So now me and Danny are both gonna do the dance because
Nick whined like a little baby.
Okay, so
Nick went where? If I want to win.
Okay, and I did win, mind you. But I kind of had a reputation in college, being violently loyal to my friends, but also just angry. And my friends whenever I started dating Dorothy about 4 years ago, everyone was like, "Wow, you got so much nicer." She's been gone for a week and a half. I can feel it coming back.
Pissed.
I can feel it coming. There is anger in my soul. It's like the Boston in me is like climbing its way out. It's like ruin everyone's day.
I guess for anyone who didn't watch the previous episode, we did with our guest Jose, we did a game where from like a very poor description, we had to guess what the anime was being described was.
Yeah.
The score, I believe, was like 7 to 4 ish.
You get 7?
You get 7. Nick got 7. I was around 4.
Gross misunderstanding.
What was yours?
15-7 was the final score.
It was 15-7. I knew 7 was there.
You were like, I lost by 3. Lost by 8.
It was 15 to 7, Nick.
More than double.
But then in the last question, we went a double or nothing round. We went in all.
Jose said for all the marbles, and I said, "Are we doing double Jeopardy?" And I laughed, and then they were like, "That's consent."
It wasn't. You said, "Oh yeah."
I did.
You said, "Oh yeah."
Stank has gone back into the tape.
You said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
That's not confirmation. It's not consent.
If you're like, hey, you want to go get pizza? And I go, oh, yeah.
Do I have to play the making tea video for you?
The unconscious people don't want tea.
The unconscious people don't want tea.
That you were fully conscious.
I was not.
You were sober?
You
are an adult male.
Pressure.
If you're like, hey,
was gonna yell at Jose.
You want to go get sushi? And I say, oh, yeah. We're getting sushi.
Context. You weren't like, oh, you want to do double or nothing? You're just like, we're doing double or nothing. I was like, oh, yeah?
You said, oh, yeah.
I was yes-anding you. It's the rules of improv.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
You were consenting to it.
So now we're both doing the dance.
So then I won. So then I won. Nick whined like a little baby. And so now we're both doing
like long story short, this is the worst possible fucking week of all time for this to happen to me. Not to mention that Danny tried to steal my keys when I was leaving.
Because you wouldn't take the pizza.
He's like, you little bitch boy. You're taking these 2 pounds of pizza. And I was like, I need to get my dog home. And I was like, as you understand, I put that pizza in my car. It's on a long track to a trash can. I'm throwing it out when I get home. I'm not kidding. Pizza would have got out of my car directly in a trash can.
This has been such a sour week for you. With no end in sight.
I need my girlfriend back. Mm-hmm. I'm just an angry man. I'm an angry little boy. So anyways, back to Buddy Daddies. I realized something about Buddy Daddies.
Yeah.
It's just Monsters, Inc. Think about it for 2 seconds.
I'm done thinking about it. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's just two guys in a like profession where they shouldn't have a kid, stumbling upon a kid and being like, well, fuck.
I guess it is Monsters Inc.
It's Monsters Inc.
Well, that's why, because so Miri is like Boo, and Boo, the little girl from Monsters Inc. And Boo is also
so wild to me off the top of your head. You remember the little girl's name.
Classic, a staple in Hollywood characters.
I love that. Like, this is why I have you.
Yeah. But Boo is also like borderline brain dead.
Well, she's a child.
Which is my least favorite kind of child. That's why Anya's better still.
But Anya is, 1, clairvoyant, 2, in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Like, Miri is in daycare. Just 4 max.
I feel like that's too young for a character.
Anya's like 6 or 7 years old.
That's when I think you should start having character.
Everything before that.
Everything before that.
Young Sheldon in anime form.
I want anime young Sheldon.
Who doesn't?
Sure.
Oh my God. I'm like basically like Black Butler is young Sheldon anime form. But yeah.
I remember when I first came out to LA.
You were like, where is he? Where's young Sheldon? I know he's here.
I was banging on doors.
Give me that fucking bow tie.
I said, ma'am, do you know where young Sheldon is?
Just knocking down, just in Hollywood, knocking on doors.
No, I didn't have to, because when I first visited here, he was on every billboard in Los Angeles, all over Burbank. Young Sheldon. He's gonna be the new old. He's the new old
Sheldon. Not to be that guy, but like if you watch Big Bang Theory, you enjoy it. I don't think you should get the vote. I think we need to I think we need to cut down the amount of people that need to vote.
Wow.
Not based on who you are.
Just on the people over here.
Just your elective choices. That's just where
I think it should be like a D. They have a D20 at the polling, and they roll, and it lands on like a 6.
You get a nat 20. You get to vote. That's it.
Yes. Fuck. Well, we're really cutting down.
So, also speaking of anime, we are now in spring season, which means, and we got yelled at because we forgot something last week because we were talking about spring anime to come. We forgot about Hell's Paradise, which is arguably the biggest anime coming out this season.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I hadn't really heard about it before the anime coming out. Like, I try to read as much manga as possible. Like, I really do. And so, like, that's kind of the, like, if I could be so vulnerable, that's the reason that it didn't come up, because I didn't know what it was. Especially when you look on my anime list, everything is in Japanese.
Yeah.
And, like, it'll be like, I still barely even know how to say Attack on Titan in Japanese.
Shingeki no Kyojin.
That's just wild. Boom. Off the top of your head that you know that. It's very...
Because it's a cool sounding title.
Genuinely very
impressive. Can't say Demon Slayers.
Kimetsu no Yaiba. That's like the only one I know.
There we go. That's the pod, everybody.
So it's Jigor Kuraka or something like that. Okay. I was literally, it's funny, I was in a Japanese lesson and my teacher was like, what are you watching? And I was like, Hell's Paradise. And he said, what? And I was like, Jigor, and he was like, Jigor Crocker, or something like that. I was like, you get it. He's also a weep. It's fun. So I was like, I need to make content about this. It was going to be a show that's running for 10 years because 127 chapters, but it's like long, like 60-page chapters. Yeah. So it's going to be running at least as long as MHA, which has been running for like 7 years now. So I'm like, all right, I got to get well versed. So over the last 3 days, read the whole manga.
Wow, the whole manga.
Read the whole manga.
How is it?
Very fucking good.
Are you lying?
So, no, like right hand to God, it's very good.
Here's the thing. When the trailer first dropped, like a year ago, the trailer is rad. Trailer was really cool. And I was like, yo, I want to get ahead of this. This looks like it's going to be the next Jujutsu Kaisen. Both because I thought it looked cool and also because it's demons are in right now. Yeah. Like just a society going after demons is in. I know that's not what this is, but.
I was going to say, like, demons have always been in.
Demons have always been in.
High School DxD made demons the main characters.
But I mean, I don't like Bleach was the first kind of big, not first, but like
demons.
Mainstream anime
of like us high schoolers hunt down entities.
Yeah. They're demons, they're ghosts. What's a demon if not a ghost?
That's kind of like Saint Seiya. You have no idea what Saint Seiya is.
Oh yeah, mainstream Senseiya over here.
Saint Seiya?
Yeah. I said Senseiya.
Senseiya.
Yeah.
Saint Seiya is massive.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
Because I haven't heard of it, so fantastic. It doesn't exist.
This is fantastic.
Saint Seiya.
Saint Seiya is one of the most popular 80s, 90s. Yes, it is. It's about a boy with a golden suit of armor.
I can't even find. I typed in Saint and then SA, and it's not coming up.
It's SE. That's why. Saint.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Knights of the Zodiac.
Yes, it is literally one of the most famous anime of all time.
This looks ridiculous. This looks so stupid.
Very good. I highly recommend you. I haven't watched it in like 10 years, but it's very good. Yeah.
Okay. I backed down.
I'm just saying demons have been around forever.
Okay, but so I was like, I want to get behind this. I want to get on top of it. I read the first, 60-page chapter.
It's crazy.
Like a year ago.
Mhm.
It's fine.
I mean, you can't tell how good a manga is based off of one chapter.
Well, that's why I want to ask. But so, and then I watched the first episode and I was like, yo, Hell's Paradise is out. I'm going to check it out. Halfway through it, I'm like, oh yeah, this was boring.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first
But it's
episode.
the first episode. Sorry, go on.
Well, so the first episode is the first chapter.
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
It's one, and I think that's going to be the way it goes. Is one episode is going to be one chapter, which means it's going to be exactly like 100.
They're long.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be as long as MHA.
Yeah.
Why do you find it boring?
The first episode, right? It's the first episode. I'm not saying the show sucks or is gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's a very much like exposition setup-y, like kind of, it's very like the girl shows up, he's in prison, and it's cool because I like the idea. So it opens with this like teenage-ish guy.
Yeah,
never tell.
I actually don't know how old Gabimaru is. He's married, but I don't know if that means
But
anything.
it's like feudal Japan.
Yeah, could be 13.
Yeah, between 13 and 20, I'd say, or 18. But so he's locked up, and this emperor is like trying to execute him.
Yeah.
No matter what they try, he won't die.
Yeah.
There's a cool thing they do where it's like, why can't I die? That begins to shift over the episode of why won't I die?
Yeah.
Right? Because
why am I trying to stay alive?
Yeah, it becomes clear. He's like, I want to die. And this female who shows up to like take records of what's going on.
Scary.
Like, yeah. She is like, it's very apparent to me, you are resisting. Why is that?
Yeah.
And that's a cool concept.
Oh, yeah.
That's very cool.
That's the overarching theme of the entire show.
But the whole episode is basically just a montage
of them trying to kill him.
Yeah. So it's not very like, you don't get like a real antagonist. The spirit world is kind of cool. It's like a flower-based spirit world, which isn't cool enough yet for me. So it's very much like, it's almost like you get sat down and they're like, here's the log line for half an hour.
Yeah.
You don't meet the antagonist. You don't like.
To be fair, you don't meet the antagonists probably until like 12 or so episodes in.
That's rough.
So it's kind of like in the same capacity of Bleach though, where there's like hollows,
right.
And in the beginning, hollows are the bad guys,
right?
And everyone's like, oh my god, these white maskings are terrifying. But then like you meet you're like, oh, there's Lord Aizen, and there's the Arrancar, and that takes 20 or so episodes.
But with Bleach, you have like the engaging concept of like, he's in high school, which is always fun, just a free, that's fun.
Yeah, I guess.
He's in high school. He's meeting this like soul society situation.
Yeah.
Rukia is very like charismatic and quirky and fun.
True.
The characters just aren't anything. They're just edgy and somber so far, So there's also not very colorful characters yet.
See, I guess I'm kind of a nerd for the show because I love like when like ancient religions and like Japanese culture get like buried into a show.
Right.
And it like takes place in like feudal Japan. So like Tokyo's Edo. And there's like a lot of terminology that comes from like a feudal era.
Yeah.
On top of that, like it's basically all about Taoism and Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
So like the biggest like part of the show is the middle way of Buddhism is what it's called, where it's like you have to accept your weakness in order to accept your strength.
Right.
So like that's kind of like Gabimaru's like track.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. Like you read the whole thing and I got the log line,
Yeah.
So like it's good. It's exciting to hear that it picks up. How does it rank in terms of like, how do you think it's going to stand up against like a Jujutsu Kaisen, a Chainsaw Man in terms of anime?
So that's the thing is they're considered the dark trio.
Okay.
So like that's like
that's cute.
It is. It's kind of cool. So like it's like 3 shonen that came out roughly in a similar time space that are like deal with very dark and like dreary themes.
Is Chainsaw Man seinen? I like don't understand what a seinen is.
It's sort of like, so they're considered the dark trio. Like no one really does. That's the fucking thing.
I saw a thing that was like Jujutsu Kaisen should have been a seinen, and I'm like, it's like pretty graphic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the thing is like there's no like people consider like Vinland Saga, Berserk, 20th Century Boys, and like a couple of other ones like Vagabond and Monster. Like those are like the big 5 seinen.
I thought that like other than Vinland Saga, although Vinland Saga is cool because it's really like you see his whole life, Thorfinn's. I figure seinen now is maybe like if the protagonist is like 20 and up. And then shonen is like, because shonen translates to like young boy, doesn't it?
Does it?
Translates to like teenage boy.
Shonen. I have no idea.
Let's see. But yeah, so I think maybe because all of those, the common factor is it's all about adults. Like Berserk, Monster, 20th Century Boys.
Vagabond.
Yeah,
it is
they're
about
all
adults.
grown
But,
men.
Like to that capacity, then like Kaiju number 8 would be.
Yes, I think so.
Oh, really?
I was going to bring that up. Kaiju number 8 is exciting because it's like one of the more recent anime that is picking up steam about just like a 30-year-old dude. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. That's exciting.
Gotcha. Okay, I mean, that makes sense then. Because all right. So in that capacity, then like it is absolutely a shonen.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense because Itadori is 16, Denji is 17, and then Gabimaru is probably under 20.
Yeah.
So like they are all shonen, but like they definitely deal with like themes that are closer to seinen.
Yeah.
Seinen?
Seinen, I think.
I think it's seinen.
Also, shonen does translate to boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Just boy.
Just boy or
just like
juvenile.
Kratos looking for his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just boy.
Shonen.
That would have been good. If you play that in Japanese,
I don't know, but that'd be rad.
That would be kind of sick, actually. Cool. So yeah, it's really, really good. The first episode was awesome. I'm excited to see it because, like, obviously the animation looks good. I'm caught up entirely with Chainsaw Man and JJK. I think, and honestly, I think it's unfair to a certain degree because it's over. I prefer Hell's Paradise over Chainsaw Man and JJK. But like that's because like the story's wrapped and the ending is really good.
Yeah, that makes sense. How I jumped the gun. I'll lead with how in a second.
Okay.
You know what was interesting about Hell's Paradise?
Yes.
Mappa. Yes, you do?
Yes, I did.
Answer.
It's animated by Mappa, who I actually want to talk about at some point this week.
Okay. Mappa has very much a look in my eyes. Like, does Mappa do JoJo's?
No.
Oh, weird.
I don't think so.
I thought they do. They do Tokyo Revengers. Though.
I think they do Tokyo Revengers, yes.
Tokyo Revengers, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Attack on Titan all sort of have a similar look to me. They have a very similar color palette.
They do Vinland as well.
Vinland Saga also. They do season 2 of Vinland Saga.
They didn't
not season 1. That was Wit. That was the original Attack on Titan. I don't know. It's so upsetting.
Mappa's just like waiting outside of like Wit's like studio, being like, we can do it for cheaper.
Waiting to like trip them so the papers fly out. They're like, oh, here.
Run away. Yeah.
But they very much have a look. But Chainsaw Man shatters that look. It doesn't look anything like Attack on Titan.
Closer to Trigger than anything.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything like that. This looks more like Chainsaw Man than their other stuff,
which is weird.
Which is cool. I like it.
But it's a very stylized manga.
Yeah.
Very graphic, like people getting ripped in half, like from the jump. Then there's like a lot of like the arborification, like people turning into trees.
Right.
Like you saw like the samurai who was like
he was flowers. Yeah, he was a clicker.
Exactly. Like it's literally cordyceps.
Yeah.
And there's like just a lot of those moments. So like I think you can't approach it like a Vinland Saga where it's just dudes. Okay. You know, it's just because like that's what Vinland Saga is. It's just like Vikings, but it's not like they're like turning into flowers. Like at the end of the day, like I slash you, you hit me with an axe.
Right.
It's nothing crazy. So I think like that and Chainsaw Man might have like their own kind of thing going. But that's my thing currently is like how Mappa. I get that the joke. I get that the joke exists and like Mappa editor like animators never. Yeah. But like, is it not a monopoly at this point? They're doing everything.
I mean, I guess there are other studios. It's like Disney. Like Disney's probably a monopoly. You know?
For
like,
sure, absolutely, yeah. But don't let them hear that because we'll both wake up in the backseat of a car with a hose through the back window.
Yeah, with a dead mouse. With ears in our bed. Like
a knife like duct taped to our hand and like a dead Mickey. Like oh god, I didn't do this. So no, it's just Mappa feels as though it's got JJK, it's got Vinland Saga, it's got Attack on Titan, it's got Hell's Paradise. It's just like everything that's coming out right now is Mappa.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they underselling everybody?
I think.
Are they saying we can get it done faster or cheaper? Or
I don't know though, but I mean, like, think about it, right? Because like Blue Lock's, I think Wit maybe. Blue Lock's not, Trigun's not, Demon Slayer's not. Like, I think it's just they're doing a lot, but it's not that like, everywhere I turn, like I can't watch a new anime without it being Mappa now. Like there are great anime that are still like fairly mainstream that aren't Mappa.
I guess.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against like Mappa and they're all fine.
I did until Chainsaw Man because I hate their look.
JJK looks good.
JJK looks better it's like between Chainsaw Man and their other stuff. Mappa does something weird with the colors, and I can't explain it without showing you. So this might be hard. But if you look, the skin tones start like very light, and then they like change towards the edges, and it looks so weird. It looks so strange.
I believe you, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Go on.
So do you want to talk about anime that Mappa aren't covering?
Yeah. Like what?
First episode of Dr. Stone came out.
Oh, interesting.
It was very good. I do not remember, like, at all do I not remember what happened in season 2. They just showed up with a dude who's like a captain. He's like the world's greediest man. And I'm like, I don't remember unlocking this man at all.
Is Dr. Stone also Mappa? I think maybe. I think maybe.
Which is kind of...
I don't like what Dr. Stone looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
Dr.
Stone reminds me of like a 4-kid show.
So, I mean, like, I can kind of see that. Dr. Stone has some of the most...
The manga looks nuts, right?
It is the most beautiful manga I've seen outside of...
Dr. Stone?
Yes, it is Dr. Stone.
Show me the cover.
It's a Dr. Stone, so it's about like...
The back looked crazy.
Yeah, so this is the reboot Byakuya, so I think it's non-canon technically, but like, look at this. Like, it's like very... No,
the art is incredible.
Yeah, the mangaka
crazy detailed.
Is
Bochi,
yeah. He literally like makes like some of the most like crazy, like wide range, like ranging shots. But this is all about his father, Senku's father, who was on the ISS, and they have this robot who basically rebuilds the ISS, and now is like making this like crazy space settlement above Earth. It's really good, actually. Highly recommend it if you like Dr. Stone. But yes, it came back, and there was like a captain dude, and I'm so happy that this show is back because I fucking love Dr. Stone, dude.
Oh, it's TMS Entertainment. Okay. Never heard of it.
But like, I'm happy that it's not Mappa because like, I feel as though Dr. Stone would get put on the back burner a little bit. And like, Dr.
Stone's pretty popular, right?
It is very popular, but like not as popular as like Attack on Titan,
right?
You know, which is getting CG anyway.
But it's bigger than Vinland Saga. Anime
I don't know
wise,
if I would say that.
I never hear about Vinland Saga
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I get people talking about Vinland Saga or Dr. Stone all the time, and I think it's got a better gimmick. Like, I think people love like this is the fucking thinking man's anime.
Well, yes, there's that, and there's also like there's a concrete goal, and I feel like people love a concrete goal because like Dr. Stone, it's like we have to save the world. Vinland Saga is just like Thorfinn's like, I hope I don't fucking kill anybody.
It's a man's life.
It's literally just like they're farming, and like there's like Viking and like Danish politics going on, and there's no like goal. The goal is Thorfinn. Like
the goal is Thorfinn dies eventually, probably.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It's not a spoiler. That's just a joke about how it's about his life
with no enemies.
We all die. Is Dr. Stone? Because I haven't seen it. I will very soon, eventually.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Stone actually like big brain
scientifically accurate, or
I mean, well, here's the thing. Is it like is the writing and story like you're like, oh, that's so clever, or is it just like Food Wars where every now and then they just like explain the the chemical makeup of a sandwich? You know what I mean? Like,
it's definitely like science is what moves the plot forward,
right? But so like, do you feel like, oh man, like this is like a smart ass show? Or is it they just show you a bunch of fucking chemicals?
Much in the same way that watching Big Bang, like people who watch Big Bang Theory and they're like, oh, they're
the people you said shouldn't vote.
Yeah. But like, no. So I'm saying like, if you watch Big Bang Theory and you're like, oh, these guys are smart because occasionally they say the word hypothesis.
Yeah.
Like,
got you.
They're like the science that they do is legit.
Gotcha.
And they're like, they actually do put in like, it's kind of, ever seen Cells at Work?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like Cells at Work where it's like, there is actual like helpful scientific information in there. Like with the most recent episode, they were growing wheat. Right. And like they cover like how one of the people who was like sowing a field crushed up shells and covered like their field in like crushed shells. And so like they talked about how wheat doesn't grow in acidic soil. So by crushing cells and adding calcium, which is basic, you get wheat to grow.
That's fun.
So like it's fun little tidbits, but it's not like I've learned.
It's not like Lelouch playing 3D chess on people. Like,
It's not like I've learned how to make a cell phone. Like because that was the whole thing of season 2 was like learning how to make a cell phone.
Okay.
And like they kind of blow like past a couple of things and they're like, oh, we have copper wire now. And it's like, fucking how?
Yeah.
And it just like kind of explained away, just like anime did it, you know?
Gotcha.
So it's fun. It's cool. I love it. I love Senku. He's one of my favorite MCs. He has like the grandest goal, I feel like, out of any MC outside.
Save the world?
Yeah.
I feel like they all have that.
What?
Goku saving the world.
Goku just wants to fight strong people.
I guess, but
Naruto wants to become Hokage.
Okay.
Asta wants to become Wizard King. Luffy wants to become Pirate King.
But I feel like in doing that, you're constantly saving the world.
Well, yeah, but that's the journey.
Right.
Like the journey is like, okay, we saved a bunch of people.
Right.
I talked Nagato into killing himself. Good job, me. But like Senku's like, I want to bring back human society. I want to like save everybody. And like, so like, it's like a really grand goal. And like, because of that, I love Senku. Also, the artwork is really good in the anime.
Yeah.
And there's just some nice pieces. It was I like the.
Are we talking about tits?
They're just some good.
Okay, there we go.
Some good old.
I didn't know you meant
titties.
slam pieces.
Speaking of tits, though, going back to Hell's Paradise,
God,
so many tits in the manga. And
really?
I don't know how they're gonna do it in the anime. Because like
I can't believe that like these anime aren't just rated R. Like,
are they not?
Like I don't know if there's a rating, but it's like I don't understand. Like people are getting gored into oblivion. Like you can't show a nipple. That's unbelievable.
You know what I mean? It's such an interesting like study on morality, like specifically the morality of Japan. Because like America, while it isn't the world's most like sexually liberated country, like especially in Hollywood, like the nipple is free. We see boobies all the time. But like in Japan, like no. Yeah. Like it's just like very censored. But like, do you want to watch Aaron's mom get eaten? The only thing I've like rationalized and like reasoned with why like nudity and sexuality is more like heinous than gore.
Yeah, it's like more censored than gore and violence and stuff is because like it is more possible for somebody to like see someone on the street and like sexually assault them than it is to tear their head off with your bare hands.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I wonder if it's like a bigger precaution. Like it's less likely that someone's going to watch Demon Slayer and buy a sword and annihilate somebody than it is somebody like being weird and pervy to people. You know what I mean?
But the perviness like persists in anime.
I guess so.
If anything, it's like a core part of anime.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing.
So they're not really doing their job.
They're not doing like characters like Mineta and like Zenitsu exist, like the perpetual pervs who are always like, so like I don't know. I think it's just a societal thing where it's just like women are very like, as far as like America may not be leading the charge in anything, but like when it comes to like women's rights and like women liberation, we do better. I'd say we're top 10% maybe. Like
I don't know.
I mean, we did just repeal Roe v. Wade, but like we're okay-ish. We're fine. So like it's just like I feel like freedom of expression in terms of nudity comes with like empowering women because like your body, fucking get those girls out. Free the nipple. That's what it was all about. So like I don't know, but also it could just be like a conservatism of Japanese culture. And so there's a lot of boobs in Hell's Paradise. There's an entire part of getting stronger in Hell's Paradise is something called bochujutsu, which is fucking somebody else.
Nice.
That's it.
That's hype.
That's literally, it's just like, so it's all about yin and yang. It's about like the middle path. Yeah. So you have to like, let's say hypothetically, there's like elements to Tao, which is the chakra or Nen of Hell's Paradise. I have fire element and you have wood element.
Right.
If we finally got around to it, we would make our Tao stronger by understanding each other's Tao intimately. Cool. So like,
listen, you know what they say? A Saiyan always gets stronger when he comes.
That's
back from the brink of death.
There we go. Bingo. I was like, I don't remember that part of Chi-Chi and Goku's love story. So yeah, that's like a whole part of it is just
that's kind of neat. Does their powers fuse?
Not really. It's like they both get stronger through a more intimate understanding of Tao as a whole.
That's kind of rad.
Yeah,
I like that. I got people clapped back at me when I said Steven Universe's fusion dance is sex. And whatever, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But I
haven't seen an episode.
I
have no opinion.
Dig the idea. If it's done not in like a dumb, silly way, but I dig the idea of like, yeah, like that makes sense that it's like, because Tao, from what I understand, is like a spiritual, it's a life force. I dig the fact that it's like becoming more intimate with someone of a different Tao gives you this like, no, it's not. It's like more than just like learning about it from like someone telling it to you. Like you experience their Tao. Yeah, that's sick.
And it's like the more like receiving or like giving you are in terms of like trying to be accommodating sexually.
That's funny.
The better Tao you get because like it's like you're like
so the strongest Tao user is like going down on like
legitimately yes. Yeah. It's like the guy who's like, how do you like it?
Yeah.
Like and like, like you have to like, and that's a huge plot point. It's like
that's
you have to make it has has to be good sex.
Wow.
In order to better understand people.
I like the idea. Like, what is this like beta fucking propaganda where it's like the strongest dude is like the biggest sub?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like he's like there's a character named Chobe who is literally everything like Bakugo wishes he was.
yeah, more like Chodbei gone.
I haven't seen it. Unfortunately, they left that part out. But like he's like a human having sex with the bad guy. But like that's because the bad guy caught him. And what's crazy is there's a lot of nudity in Hell's Paradise, but it's never fan service. It's just like it's part of it because Tao is such a part of Life Force and because the bad guys are genderless.
That's
so
cool.
they're always switching between like male and female.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
Kind
kind
of like gender fluid.
yeah, like gender flower more like.
Yeah.
But they literally it's like a Sailor Moon transformation, but like if they didn't blur anything out.
Oh, that's kind of hype.
Yeah.
You've sold me a bit on Hell's Paradise.
It's a really
That's
good
cool.
manga.
That's really cool.
So moving beyond to Hell's Paradise. Oh God.
Oh God.
I had one more. Oh, I understand what you feel like now.
Me?
I finally understand your pain.
Oh God.
Because
Hold on, let
somebody
me check your arms.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Actually recently shaved today. Somebody commented on one of our videos and was like, wow, Nick's head is just, I think they said it was impressively large, like it was a spectacle. I sent you a screenshot of it.
Okay.
And they were like,
that's why I was like, I could have sworn we talked about this, but no, you just texted me and we're like, must be how you feel.
yeah. So I was like, I'm finally tapped into your pain. I completely understand who you are as a person now. And it was tough because it was like a backhanded compliment.
Uh-huh. What was it? Can you find the thing? You found it?
I texted you a picture so I can pull this up here.
That's so funny.
It was really tough because I was like, if it was just like, I deal with straight up insults all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But this man said, just want to give
So
I just want to give it unbiased, but no. Need more Blue Mountain State Shonen? Nope, that's not it either.
How is it? I bet I could find it immediately.
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Nick's head was edited to look bigger for a second, but the maid outfit really just brings out the sheer volume of this man's gorgeous head. Truly astonishing. Astonishing?
The only thing that makes that almost a compliment is the word gorgeous. If you take that out, it's the meanest compliment
Listen,
ever.
if somebody was like, I love how gorgeous your buck teeth are. They just like the way that your teeth just refuse to stay in your mouth. It is a marvel of science. You can manage to chew.
I complimented your lips last week. Do you remember that? And that blew you away.
We should definitely talk about. Danny came in. I think I came into WrestleMania, or you came into the house.
I came to your house just before the pod.
I can't believe we didn't bring it up last week.
Yeah.
And Danny was like, do you wear lipstick? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, you just have such voluptuous lips.
Every now and then, Nick, this sounds crazy, but if any of you have like seen Nick out on the town, it's always when you're like about to go to a fancy bar or like go do something. You have a little handbag because Nick carries a purse.
I do carry a purse. I'm very fashion forward.
So you have your little purse.
I dress very genderlessly.
You have your little purse and you have great eyelashes, so it always kind of looks like you're wearing mascara.
I also have great eyelashes.
And you like, it looks like you're wearing lip gloss. For some reason, all the stars will align. And the first time I met you, I was
like a slight sheen on my lips, like I'm an anime woman.
Yeah. Like the first time I met you, I was like, look at this fucking fancy pants LA dude with his little fanny pack, his pink fanny pack, and his lip
black.
gloss.
I was wearing my black fanny pack
the phone's
that day.
pink.
Yes, my phone is pink. Yes.
I was like, look at this fancy pants LA guy with his pink phone. And
I was also wearing
gloss.
high heels that night. So yeah, I was looking cute. I was looking very cute.
Yeah,
I wanted Danny
right.
to think I was tall. That's why I was wearing I have boots with a 3-inch heel. Oh,
you were DTF that night for sure.
I was looking for it in K-Town. I was just rubbing up on people. I was just like, damn, I'm full of fried chicken. You want to fry this chicken?
That wasn't even like a compliment. I was just like, do you wear lip gloss? And then when you're like, no, then I had to like,
then you have to explain.
Then I had to pull a Don Toretto and be like, well, your lips look great.
Family. Yeah. winning a race in reverse because your engine blew up.
It's literally like, do you wear lipstick? No. Lips look great, bro.
Those lips have family in them. That's why they're so large. Going outside of that, I want to talk about my best boy.
Oh, yeah?
My best boy is April Fool's.
Okay.
Because April Fool's was, let's see.
April 1st.
Saturday. Yeah, obviously. But it's Saturday, so we film on Thursdays. So basically everything that happens Friday and on it gets covered in our weekly episode here. So April Fool's happened on Saturday. And the problem with April Fool's is
It sucks and I hate it.
Well, yes, that. But like also like a lot of the jokes, not funny. But like so the problem with also April Fools is that a lot of content creators will make April Fools videos and they'll be like, haha, something that you wanted to happen is happening.
Oh, bro.
Oh, we got you. But like, and so the problem is you see those videos on April Fools, you're like, oh, it's April 1st.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong there.
I'm not on YouTube April 1st, ever.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you have the disbelief.
Refuse, yeah.
The thumbnails, it's like Itachi is back alive. I literally posted that today. It's me. I'm the problem. But you're like, I believe nothing. You have a grain of salt for everything. You're like, any news I hear today is fake. The problem is you don't always get those videos on April 1st.
Yeah, so when they come out after, you're fucked.
I'm fucking scrolling April 4th.
Yeah.
Way beyond. Tony Weaver Jr., great friend. His video comes on. He's like, you're not going to believe all this anime news. And if I seen anime news TikTok, I'm watching it. Mm-hmm. Mostly because we never have anime news.
I know.
And so I was like,
it's hard to come by.
And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Anime news. And he's just shelling it out. I haven't heard of half of the things he's talking about. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then in the middle of it, he's like, Hunter x Hunter's anime is coming back.
Oh, damn, that's tough.
I was like, yes, huge. And I was like, of course, like it all made sense. I was like, Togashi is coming back for chapter 401. The second hiatus is over. We're fucking lit. There's like, and we're also 100 chapters ahead of the manga. Mm-hmm. We can start covering some things like 24, 30 episodes. Hell yeah. I look up an article. First thing I see, Hunter x Hunter's anime coming back. Mm. But it was, I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's true. It's true.
Did you make a TikTok about it?
They respect. I didn't. And that's good. I was so, but the thing is, I texted Cody. I'm like, move the schedule. Because I'm a couple of videos ahead on YouTube. But now I'm like, move the schedule. Next Wednesday, we're making a Hunter x Hunter. It's coming. Like, it's going to bang. I'm texting Cody all excited.
Oh my God. You were truly the April Fool.
And so I sit down to film the video about Hunter x Hunter's fucking anime coming back. I'm looking up. I'm looking up on Google. I can't find anything. I can't find articles anywhere. I look at the article I'm on right now. I'm like, oh, this is old. This is from October 2022. So I'm like, oh, Tony, where'd you get this information? And he texts me and he goes, it's an April Fool's joke. And I was like,
that's tough.
How dare? Wow. And I was so pissed, dude. I was my whole day was filming that video. And so I have to text Cody. I'm like, never mind. Everything's back on. And now I'm just, I got
and now
fooled.
You're the April Fool.
I am literally the April Fool.
He doth be the April Fool.
And you know what's the fucking worst?
What's the fucking worst?
I made that April Fool's joke last year.
No, really?
On TikTok, I made that. It did 800,000 views. I was like, you guys aren't going to believe. I got a fan generated image. I was like, Hunter x Hunter's anime is coming. I'm freaking out because everyone knows I love it. Karma.
Wow. And you got spanked.
The karma cycle
came and spanked your little April Fool butt.
Karmic cycle is a circle, dude. And I am furious. Do you have a best boy this week?
Can I tell you about my April Fool?
Did you do an April Fool's?
No, I got April Fool's.
Oh, God damn.
So hard.
We're idiots.
It's super not fun.
Trust
and I hate it.
Nothing we say.
I am like just hanging out downtown by myself. Great
I love
song.
that for you, first off.
Yeah, just hanging out, and I
just being alone.
I get it's a song reference.
Story of my life right
now. I get a message from my Discord saying I made an announcement, and it was like, hey everybody, just let you know, like I'm gonna be wearing a maid costume or whatever in this video. Some nonsense that I would never do and hate. Okay. And I'm like looking, and I'm fucking befuddled. I'm like, I didn't do that. Guys, I didn't do it. And I type in and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on, but this isn't me. Post it, deleted. Immediately deleted.
And I'm mods gang up on you?
I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I tried doing it again. Gone. I tried deleting theirs. Comes right back. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And so I go to the mod thing. Every mod is Danny Motta. And I'm like, what is going on? I thought I was hacked until I found out it was a fucking coup. And I was like, and I'm like seething. And I'm like, the fucking abuse of power that they just did. I'm gonna fucking execute each and every
just
one.
Lighting fires, kicking mods.
I was ready to fucking clean a house.
I was this close to being on the street.
I was so ready to dox everybody.
I know your name. Yeah, I've sent you clothes. Yeah,
it was insane. I was like so furious. And then it was like, because I realized it was April Fool's, then I'm just like,
we're all laughing.
Yeah. How fun.
I actually knew you guys were joking the whole time. I was just being funny.
I was heinous. April Fool's sucks and it's the worst. before we get into my best boy,
Uh-huh.
we have a game planned. We've done that.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
I know.
How are we going to do that, though?
I don't. Okay, next time.
Yeah, because like here's the thing. Like we have the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
How are we gonna work that audio in? We probably should have looked that up before. We could do the one that I've had sitting in my notes for a long time.
Oh, you're
what anime
typing?
character has Riz?
Oh, I don't know though.
You haven't made a list.
I like just learned what Riz meant the other day. I just found out it's short for charisma. Do you know that?
I didn't know it was short for charisma. I just knew it meant like you could just like.
I thought it had to do with semen. That's so much better.
Well, in a capacity, it does.
No.
Like how well you are. It's like you're not like, oh, he's got Riz. Like he's great to have at parties.
He's fertile.
You say like, yeah, no, you're like he's got Riz. Like he can pull any girl he wants.
I guess so. I hate it. It just sounds gross.
You're just not tapped into Gen Z. You're not as young as me.
Just call it like anything else.
How does it feel to be the boomer of the,
I know.
of the podcast?
I hate it.
I love this.
I just hate remember when people calling hot dogs glizzies?
I love glizzies.
I just don't like anything that
Gen
sounds
Z
like
is
cum.
I don't know. I think
Gen Z's gross.
I'm somewhere in the fucking middle. But like
You guys are gross.
I love what they come up with, dude. Shit makes me so happy. Now people get old and they get crotchety and they're like, this generation is. Yeah, I guess.
I'm crotcheting right now.
Yeah, you're like, what, Riz?
Yeah.
In my day,
On my lawn.
In my day, we called it being polite to the ladies.
We called it being a handsome young gentleman.
We called hot dogs frankfurters. She's like, all right, Grandpa. We don't need to know what side you fought on in World War II. Jesus Christ.
Now they're calling potatoes Tinky Dinkies instead of Spuds. I won't have it.
These motherfuckers running the country. No, I'm so excited for what the future generations fill out. These children raised on VR. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Disassociate. Have no human skills. Who gives a shit? You don't need them anymore.
All right, we'll do my best boy then, since our games are falling apart.
We really should have watched that video. Next week we've got a great game for you guys, but we have no TikTok moments.
Yeah, we got nothing.
We don't know what we're doing.
It took us like an hour to figure out how to live stream this.
But we did
it. My best boy is Mashal.
Muscles
about
and
this?
Mashal.
Yeah.
Fucking ain't right.
I am so hyped about Mashal. The only thing I don't love about it.
Okay.
So I love the idea. I've always loved the idea of like a super powered like setting and the protagonist doesn't have powers. Just like if Rock Lee was the protagonist.
Boy, then you would love Black Clover.
I do. Black Clover's kind of cool, but I don't love that he turns off people's powers. Like I would love the idea of like an Avatar world where the main character has to learn how to be so fast that they can dodge people's abilities.
Yeah.
Just to get in close and like everyone is so used to like training their power that they don't know hand-to-hand combat.
And he's just smoking these book nerds.
Yeah, so the most of the fight is just him learning their ability, learning how to avoid it, then getting in close and beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Or a card game where the protagonist is really bad at the game, but really strong.
That's literally the premise of, I think it's called Yu-Gi No. And it's just like a super memey version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's just like Yugi's losing and he just like takes Kaiba's last card and he's like rips. He's like, oh no, Kaiba, what are you gonna do about it? Like that's what you want.
Yeah.
Then you want like you've lost and you're like, fucking no, I haven't.
Yeah, he's bad at card games, but has a gun.
Yeah, it's just an Italian poker night.
Just call it that. Like, I'm bad at card games, but have a gun. That's the title. But the thing, so Mashal, right up my alley. It's about a guy in like a super powered world. Everyone's like a wizard or witch, and he's just very strong.
Yeah.
What I don't love is that it's like a gag anime, like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho.
How dare you?
Mob Psycho gets less.
Mob Psycho is not neither. Also,
season 1 of Mob Psycho is a fucking like just buffoon fest.
I get. But
Season
what do you
2
mean by gag anime?
It's just like it's too like silly and quirky and like it's like Japan quirk.
Okay, but what's
happening? Are you trying to blind yourself here?
Itching the corner of my eye. Fuck do you mean by Japan quirk?
It's like just you know what I mean. It's like a villain shows up and they're in a big Speedo and it's like they're doing silly poses and it's like I'm the strongest boy and it's like.
That's so funny you say that. I literally just got to Lao G in One Piece, and it is an old person in a onesie who just goes, I'm Lao G, and he just makes G's with his hands.
For some reason, One Piece it doesn't bother me. But I think it's because the manga's tone feels a little
more
heavier.
serious.
Yeah. Like, for some reason, even though everyone looks and acts ridiculous, like I still buy it.
But there's very serious moments.
But it's like, yeah, like season 1 of Mob Psycho, I just like wasn't having it. I was like, I don't understand the hype. This is too dumb. And then season 2, it fucking buckles its belt and is like, let's kick in a gear.
It's definitely the best season.
Mashle definitely fits in like a One Punch Man, a Mob Psycho
because he's
kind
just
of
overpowered,
vibe.
Or
Like the comedy of it. It's like the art style is similar, the like goofy, like he literally looks like Mob from what I remember.
Yeah, he's got like a bowl cut.
Yeah, he's got a bowl cut. And it's
just
like
yoked.
Yeah. And so it's like, I would love that premise. I guess Black Clover is that, but I wish Asta didn't just turn off their power, because that seems like cheating and annoying.
Well, the thing is, it was like Asta has no magic, and then they gave him the strongest magic.
Well, it's like a lot of Black Clover fights are like 5 minutes of the guy explaining their ability, shooting it at Asta,
and Asta's just
then he turns it off, and then the villain's like, huh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting for one villain to be like, good thing I can also fight.
Also pulls out a sword. Like,
yeah, like,
fuck it.
A good thing I brought this Glock.
Does your sword... Does it turn this off as well?
Yeah.
just like kneecaps Asta.
I'm sure that happens, but I'm just not at the villain who's like, that's fine. Good thing I have plan B.
It really, the thing is, it doesn't. It's just a matter of like, it's like the magic gets stronger, and therefore Asta has to like try harder to turn it off.
Yeah.
It's kind of what happened with Naruto, where they were like, wow, look at this young upstart who's got nothing. And then they're like, never mind, he's a reincarnation of God. His parents are the strongest people alive. And oh yeah, now he's the Hokage.
Naruto's so weird. And My Hero is getting a little strange, where like their power system was so perfect because it wasn't about who's stronger. It's about who's smarter, typically.
Who can use their power in a more concise way.
Yeah, because every power is different. It's like different and strange. It's not like Dragon Ball, where every power
just chi blasts.
It's essentially a blast. So it's kind of has to be who's stronger. Like Naruto had such a great premise where it's like, oh, Shikamaru's shadow power seems weak against Tamari because she can borderline fly. Yeah. But with 200 IQ, he wins. And so it's weird that it became like, oh, Naruto like can just fucking decimate anyone.
It just became like Chakrameks at a certain point. It was just like, oh, Naruto is Kurama and he can throw bombs with his hands.
And that's what's weird about My Hero 2 now with Deku just fucking like collecting new powers. Because it's like, the coolest thing about Deku was that he had super strength, which on the surface is a lame power that he learns to use really well.
See, that's one of the biggest complaints with MHA and why a lot of people think it's being rushed is because like we got a really intimate like understanding of how Deku trained with Black Whip.
Yeah.
And we got like obviously like full cowling, like every a lot of his powers we got really good like understandings of. But like people were like, and then one day he just knew float and Fajin and second gear and everything else. Like he just figured out all of his 7 of his quirks.
There's just such a weird misconception with like shonen, and I love a good like new power unlock.
Oh yeah,
as much as the next guy. I like a new form, a new ability.
Love Naruto's cloak going from KCM 1 to KCM 2. One of my favorite moments.
But there's this weird misconception that like it always needs to be like that you have to power bump them, that it can't stay like everyone uses IQ. Like with My Hero, instead of giving Deku new powers, because I think that's kind of annoying and lame, they should have just worked on like, okay, how can he fuse his powers with other people? You know, like it becomes team attacks or whatever. Or it becomes like, I don't know, like there are plenty of stories where it's not like, oh, and then Lelouch grows wings, you know, like.
No, it's honestly, that's a good point because of like, especially in the circumstance of My Hero being like how ensemble it is and how often people want these characters more involved in the story. Like if he had gone back to UA and been like, I don't have enough power to battle on my own.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be sick.
That's kind of what they did with the end of the Vigilante where he's like, I need to lean on you guys.
Yeah.
But then he fucking doesn't. Let me tell you in the manga, like it's still, he's a one-man army.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is just there to either like distract Shigaraki or keep like all for one away.
Well, it sucks too, because I thought that's what Lemillion's purpose is. Because Lemillion also has a really lame power on the surface. And I thought that his whole deal is to show you that if you are dedicated enough, any power works. And that's kind of like the whole show, sort of, until you get to Windex Boy. But like, you know, that's why
Godzilla guy, the Pharaoh, who's literally just like a slice of paper.
But it's like, that's what was so cool about Lemillion is it's like, he's like, yeah, like I go through walls if I hold my breath. And it's like, if you just told me that, I'd be like, that sucks. That's dumb.
So stupid.
But he uses it to be a bullet. And it's like, that's sick.
Also at the same time, like, he can like expose gravity by like being pulled into the earth and shit like that. But like, I'd be terrified. Just fall into the ground.
It's very scary.
So
it seems
scary.
Quite scary. Like, you're blind. You can't breathe.
Yeah, that's what's so compelling about Lemillion's story.
Yeah.
Is that like his quirk sucks. And it's scary. And you have to learn how to
shit. Our next guest. For any listeners,
I also kind of shit myself.
Shit out of you. For our listeners only, fucking neutrons burst through the door.
I thought it was closed. Neutron just opened. I was like, "There's no one home." I was like, "There's
Jesus." Oh my God! All right, should we move to the next thing?
Oh my God!
I can talk about this forever.
Yeah, we should go to flashback episode. My flashback episode of the week, also known as our anime news, is that Date Alive 5 is coming.
What is that?
You've never heard of Date Alive?
No, that sounds like a Code Lyoko ripoff.
You were never horny enough. This is the problem. Like, this is.
I watched all of Rosario plus a vampire.
That's.
High School of the Dead?
That's okay. Well, now we're heading in the right direction.
I've seen both of those.
Okay. Did High School of the Dead ever get a... That's a big stretch. Did High School of the Dead ever get a second season?
No.
Yeah, okay. Sad. The boob physics alone were a reason enough to keep that thing going. But so Date Alive is about a man who is... he has a supernatural power to date all these aliens. And he has
What do you mean? That's not a power?
No.
My power is to date? What are you talking about?
Hold up. So these aliens, well, it's like aliens and supernatural like beings, like very powerful women who all happen to be like busty anime girls, are like these dangers onto Earth because they're so powerful. So he has to date these girls in order to make them fall in love with him. And then when he kisses them, he seals their powers. So they can't use their powers for bad anymore. And then they become part of the harem. We're on season 5. It's a wild ride.
That's not a power. That's a responsibility.
Well, he's the only one.
So his power is sealing the power.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And he has to date the girls in order to do it. Problem is, one of the girls that he does have to seal and date at some point is his sister.
Nice.
So, you know, it's fine. There's definitely moments where 13-year-old me was like, that's weird. I haven't watched since like season 3, but the fact that season 5 is coming around, I'm like, hey, look, it makes me happy.
That's so many seasons for you to have watched.
It makes me happy because I'm like, people still horny. You know, that hasn't changed.
What are you talking about? That has never changed. Well, and that is not a wholesome thought.
I've become detached from the harem, the harem anime and the high school DxDs.
You have a big ass Sword Art Online chick on your wall.
First off, that's Ulterior Pendragon.
Fate, you're right.
That's in Fate.
Right. You're right. Never mind.
Sure, did it technically start as a dating sim game? Absolutely. But she is not a horny character. I mean, she isn't one of them. Because he does, like, the main character ends up with her as a love interest.
Look at your desk.
Okay. All right. Listen, my brand absolutely is half-naked anime women. I love half-naked, but not for horny reasons, just because I like the aesthetic. I'm not like, damn, I need to look at my desk to be like my desk gets me fired up. I'll be honest. Occasionally, I do catch occasionally I'll be in the right mood and I'll be sitting at my desk watching
look at you
filming YouTube videos,
fondling boobs
this
right
was
now.
Sent to me,
literally, yeah, but they didn't tell you to do this.
They're squishy. So anyways,
look at you.
Occasionally, I will catch I'll be like, oh my goodness, dark magician girl in a bikini. I'm like, all right, that's that's fine.
All right, time, Dorothy, I'll be in the bathroom.
Yeah, it happens occasionally, but so that's not my brand. But it's good to know that there's people still out there who are like, damn, harem anime, that's peak culture right there, baby.
Wow.
Do you have news?
My news is, and I totally could have segued this better, but the writer of Mob Psycho and One Punch Man has got a new one-shot manga coming out.
It's not a one-shot.
Yeah.
It's a one-shot?
One-shot.
No.
And it did not get April Fools.
The one about the 72 demons.
I don't know. It's called Karahai.
Karahai. I don't think that's it. He's making a new manga currently about, I guess it's a webcomic because he's a webcomic artist, but about 72 demons and the 72 heroes that need to defeat them. It's like Record of Ragnarok, but it's going to be good.
You told me about that.
Yeah.
No, this broke 2 days ago.
Okay.
One will publish a new original manga one-shot with art by Kyoto Shitara.
No idea who that is.
Katagi Modoshi is what they made.
Oh, that's a thing
what
they made together.
Yeah,
gotcha. Never.
Titled Kara High, a new Young Jump supplement magazine. Young Jump Daichiwa, out April 27th in 2023.
So that sounds interesting. I mean, like, do you know what it's going to be about?
There's no info.
That's just like, you have a thing.
Are either of these screenshots? Because they were trying to tell me that the one of them's Mob Psycho.
Yeah, the one on the left is Mob Psycho very clearly. So is the one on the right.
I think it might be that.
Kara High. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, the new extra magazine will only feature first chapters. This isn't a one shot.
That's what I hear.
You said a new original manga one shot.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, April 28th. We'll find out in a couple of weeks.
All right, cool. I don't think it's gonna be on Shonen Jump. Actually, no, because One Punch Man is on Shonen Jump. It might be on Shonen Jump. All right, well, keep your eyes out for that, because obviously anything that one creates is a masterpiece.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. I mean, he's still in the process of making One Punch Man, so we're getting there slowly but surely. Okay.
Love letters?
Time for love letters. And since this is officially the first time that we've ever gone live, which means there's a bunch of people watching us right now, they're giving us love letters. Woo! So I'm going to go over to the screen and I'm going to read some love letters. We're doing, wow, I feel like Oprah. All right.
Woo!
All right. Mine's ready. It ends tonight.
Oh, nice. That's the song I was singing.
Yeah.
It ends tonight.
Turtle Piece asks, if you could sit down and have a drink with any anime character, who would you drink with and why?
You know,
and what would you be drinking? That's a fucking great question.
I'd be drinking something too sweet and too fruity, like a pina colada.
That's Danny's brand, absolutely.
Because I'm a little baby bitch boy. Pina colada, or I do a gin and tonic.
See, that's the absolute. It's not sweet or
gin and tonic is so like uninvasive.
It's a classic.
It's a very just easy, casual.
Can I counter your gin and tonic?
Yeah.
Vodka seltzer. Just inherently
Never had
better.
It. Never had it.
It's just like, all right, gin and tonic's good. I don't love gin. It's like too, like, I feel like every time I'm drinking gin, I'm like, oh, trees, nice. Like liquid trees, which is like the reason I don't like matcha.
Yeah. Gin it just tastes like a lime. It tastes like a lime spiked seltzer.
Probably the lime in your gin and tonic.
But that's what I'm saying. The gin tastes like nothing that I can be like, okay, cool, I'm drinking.
Vodka seltzer is the same for me, but tequila seltzer is the same for me. But like I get a little bit of tequila flavor, but like the saltiness of the tequila with the lime, I think significantly better. Yeah. So you're drinking a gin and tonic or
a pina colada.
With who?
I'm not a big like party guy, so I don't want to do like some maniac. Like I'm not gonna say like in a Nosuke. I don't really like I want someone
party guy I've ever seen, Danny.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Danny, I've seen Danny blackout drunk.
No chance.
Bombed.
You haven't even seen
full ass.
You have seen me drunk, but
I have seen you. It was funny.
Yeah.
Danny takes about 3 drinks to get drunk. So
I take 3 sips to get drunk.
If you're ever drinking with Danny, it was a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Don't try to like have him go 1 for 1 for you, especially when your name is Nick. And it's almost impossible to get drunk.
Simply impossible. But so I don't want to do like an Inosuke or like someone who's gonna be just an absolute fucking animal.
Getting drunk with Inosuke would be hilarious, but he would break your fucking ribs.
Yeah, I think I want like it'd be a fun drinking buddy, just purely for the meme, like an L. Or like a light Yagami.
See, no, okay, and while I understand where you're going here, I think getting drunk with light Yagami would end in like either a plan to overthrow the world.
Yeah.
That seems obvious. Or like by the end of the night, you're doing cocaine in a bathroom and they're trying to sell you on a business you think is a really bad idea.
Do you think light Yagami is like one of those guys who like after one hit of a joint is just like, man, what do you think happens when you die?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Who do you think's going to be the god in the new world?
I think like... So after we enact the ethnic war, do you think they'll elect me? And it's like, what the fuck?
I'd be a good. What are you up to?
Why are you moving so much? Yeah, like nightmare blunt rotation, like Yagami and L. L would be cool. Because L would just be like, I want cake. And you'd be like, you know what, dude? So do I. Like, fucking ain't right. Let's get it done.
Either that or L just gets too touchy and starts like climbing on people.
Yeah.
Like this big like spider monkey of a man. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
Which could be fun.
Yeah.
It's a guy. It's a character to have around. My answer the second I read that, very obvious. I am getting bombed on Sasuke. We're cutting him down the middle.
Body shots?
Yeah, we're cutting him down the middle. Getting bombed on Sasuke was Tsunade.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even consider a woman.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Listen, worst case scenario, best case scenario, I get to like shoot the shit with one of the coolest, like most experienced women in all of anime. Maybe learn a thing or two about medical ninjutsu. Best case scenario
is a good case scenario.
is like we take a shot here.
Best case scenario is the best case scenario. Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, I know it's gorilla grit, bro. Jiraiya missed out. Listen, here's the thing though. Like, obviously Tsunade was in love. Like Dan, I can beat out Dan. Not you, Dan.
Yeah, what?
Her first husband, her boyfriend, Dan. Jiraiya though, because like when they both hit their 50s, they were giving each other eyes low key. And like if Jiraiya had survived the hidden rain, they would have gotten married.
Yeah.
I can't match it. When I saw Jiraiya take his shirt off, I can't match up to that.
No.
That's fucking Jiraiya's
a big dude.
Jiraiya's like 6'6" and ripped.
Oh my God.
Jiraiya's hot as fuck. Oh my God. I would also get bombed. Like if Tsunade's not available, I'll get bombed with Jiraiya. You kidding me?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I was gonna say
Kakashi. Kakashi would be rad.
It's gonna get sad.
Just hanging out?
It's gonna get sad.
I guess that'd be rough.
It'd just be like it'll be fun for the first half hour.
That's the thing. It's like, are we talking like blackout drunk with someone? Like, or are we just hanging out and chatting?
I mean, like, yeah, I feel like
because Kakashi's like a cool, sexy, like he's just leaning back, taking sips of whiskey. You know,
the thing is, you're sitting next to Kakashi. You look so frumpy. You know, like it's the cheerleader effect. I'm just making Kakashi look hotter.
Jiraiya. You look frumpy. I was going to say, you're worried he's not attractive enough. Jiraiya looks like a frog half the time.
I'm literally going to be like the dude who holds Kakashi's shoes while he goes and bangs a girl.
That's
like something stupid like that.
That's fair.
So like Tsunade, because best case scenario.
Great choice.
Oh my goodness.
I would have said Himino if she didn't have a horrible track record for getting drunk.
Yeah, but you're legal.
I don't want throw up in my mouth. That's the thing.
I would let Himino throw up in my mouth if it meant I got to smash.
If I knew beforehand and I could prep, I'd be like, you know what? If I get to smash, I'll get some throw up in my mouth. That's fine.
I think you bet 80% of people. Himino's like, listen, we can go to the bedroom after this. I have to throw up in your mouth first. I bet you 80% of people take that deal.
That's fair.
I'm gonna make Stank make a poll about it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you let Himino throw up in your mouth?
Himino says you can smash if she throws up in your mouth. I guarantee you 80% of people say yes.
You know, I'll do one last one and then whatever. But I want to get drinks from like an adult Ash Ketchum. The story said that, man.
He's already done, right?
Yeah.
He's been through. What's wild is he's still 12.
Yeah.
Which means everything he's been through 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
One year of his life.
That dude needs to unwind, you know? I'm doing it for him.
That's my thing. Every year, because Ash can't drink till he's 20. Yeah. He has 8 more years of doing fucking what?
Yeah.
Like he's the champion, of course.
Being strung out.
Exactly.
Like that dude's
like he's just like, could you imagine the crash of adrenaline after spending every waking minute for the last 20 years?
Just doing a 365-day speed run of the entire world.
See, like Ash has lived 24, you know, the very popular Keith Sutherland vehicle.
Yeah.
Lived 24 for 365 days.
Yeah.
Like in the course of 1 year, he has fought like 9 championship battles?
Yeah.
And lost?
I'm surprised he hasn't been assassid. Let's be honest.
like by like Dialga or something.
If I was like the next gym leader he's on his way to, I'd put out a hit on that kid so fast.
Take his knees out or something. He has what? Arceus?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stop him. I have
just lean over to my right-hand man, like break him.
Like send Team Rocket or Team Magma or Team Shout. There's been so many teams he has defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to sit down and be like, hey man,
take a load off.
What was 13 like? Holy shit. What'd you do? Like, I would have slept for a year.
Yeah.
And you're just like, just woke up 14. I
just went home, kicked my shoes off, went to bed on my 13th birthday, woke up on my 14th.
just smoking a cigarette outside of a bar with a Raichu. It's never been the same, man. I'm chasing the high.
Yeah.
So that's who we would drink with. And that's this week's episode of Otakus Anonymous. Thanks so much for checking in. Sorry we didn't have a game this week. It's just me and Danny are generally disheveled. That being said, great episode for us to do live because I feel like it's the most put together we've ever been for an episode. I mean, sure, I grabbed
What are you
Neutron's
talking about? Yeah, you interrupted multiple times to go
What?
be like, I'm gonna go turn a thing on.
If I didn't turn that AC on, I swear to God, I would have been a puddle right now. Like you would have been literally talking to like you'd be like, "Hey, Nick's wet chair.
Yeah,
What are your feelings on anime?" I would have been gone.
stabbing you up.
Yeah, just be like, all right, just like shoving the microphone closer to this Secret Labs themed chair.
You just look like what is his name? Like pure evil Boo. Like just gray, like
I would have gone with like Swagatsu, but yeah, that works as well. And then obviously Neutron deserves a bed. Always.
Neutron's comatose right now.
Oh yeah, and as he should be. But yes, I'm Nancy Hammer 23, also known as Nick. On all the platforms. Go ahead and watch my brand new episode on NC Hammer 23 about Itachi coming back to Boruto. The big things. Make sure you guys are following the highlights page. If you like Otakus Anonymous, but condensed down into fun little segments, that's where you guys need to be. If you want to ask us questions, you can email us at otakusanonymouspodcast@gmail.com, or you can ask us on Twitter at otakusanon. Outside of that, make sure you're following the Reels, the Instagram and the TikTok for short form, so you can yell at Nick, apparently, when Stank makes it look like Danny absolutely smokes me in the guessing contest, because during that TikTok, you get 4 right and I get 3.
I super won. I 100% won. The people know it. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. And I've been joined by...
I'm Danny Motta. You can find me on YouTube as Danny Motta, where I do anime reactions and commentary and such. Please come over if you're an anime fan.
Yeah, come to his house. I'll tell you where it is.
Yeah, come on over. We need guests. Come to my page if you're an Avatar fan, because I'm gearing up for this Avatar renaissance right now. Sorry for the self-promotion.
I literally just did it.
Yeah, and TikTok, I'm DMotta3. I've enjoyed being on the podcast.
I would hope so.
Bye forever.
We're 13 episodes into this, so thank you guys for coming out today. I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.